I see. You watched it yesterday? What are your thoughts so far? Did you watch as in like watch all of it, or what are your thoughts so far or overall for the first season? It's very cute. Okay. It's a very cute anime. I mean, it's friendship anime, you know? Friendship overcoming odds and sunshine and rainbows in the midst of anxiety. Your emotion? Well, how are they now? Are they still very strong, but like delightful? That's fair. That's fair. The first couple, yeah. It can be a deep cut. The first couple are very deep cutty. It's so wholesome? Okay. All the characters are great. All the characters, like even the minor characters that show up once in a while, they're fantastic. The old characters are great too. I won't tell you anymore. I won't say anything anymore, but all the older characters, like the adult characters and stuff, act as like very compassionate adults. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. It's a very wholesome, feel-good thing, while still deep-cutting in a way. I think Baki's appeal, generally speaking, is because of how new age the problem is. If you know what I mean. Like it has a very new age context. And it didn't do it like it's force feeding. Like if you watch any like Americanized programming, like animations and cartoon, I've been saying like a lot, I just noticed. You will notice that they try to tackle the whole new aged Zoomer stuff about popularity, influencer, content creation, but it feels a little heavy-handed a lot of times, so it becomes more cringe than for those they're trying to resonate with. So it feels a lot more so older generation trying to connect with the younger generation. So those shows tend to feel disconnected. Throwing in social media and stuff to resonate with the younger audience, but they themselves don't participate. It doesn't feel that the writers participate in the young culture they're writing about. Kind of like when you watch a cartoon and it's for kids, but it's clearly a really boomer adult writing the humor, if you know what I mean. So you can see, if you're part of the older generation, you can see that it appeals to you, yet it's weirdly the context is pointing at a younger audience. Kind of like an adult writing a kid's show kind of thing. So Baki did it pretty well. It executed on capturing the obstacles, the mental obstacles that a younger audience would encounter these days without feeling like it's an older person making commentary on a younger subset. What the freak? What do you mean? What happened? What happened? What did I say? Wait. Oh. What do you want me to say? Bocce? As in like bocce ball? The only reason I say bocce is because I think of bocce ball if we call it bocce. I don't know if you're familiar with bocce ball. I choose to say things a certain way intentionally, not accidentally. You should look up bocce ball. Here's another deep cut for you. Here's another deep cut for you. Have you seen Chainsaw Man? Yeah, bocce ball. Bocce ball. Okay. Well, there's a dog named Ochinta. I can't ever remember the dog's name because I call him Pachinko. Because it reminds me of Pachinko. The game. Yeah, I know it's bocce. I mean, my favorite thing to do here, I'll give you one. Calling Gintama. Go around saying Gintama. Here are some good ones too. Spy Cross Family, Hunter x Hunter, High School DxD, it's not even consistent. What do you mean cross? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You want more? You want more? What do you say for those? What do you say for those? Do you say Spy Family? Do you say Hunter Hunter? Do you say Monster Hunter? Lay it on me. You say Hunter x Hunter, but Spy Family? Oh my freak. You're right, you're not even consistent. What about this is related to Coromon. The X in Did you know what the developers, the writers that here's the copium. Do you know what the director said in an interview about why the X is capitalized? It's for even bigger emphasis. Like the lowercase x is like for a little bit of emphasis. The capital X is for an even bigger emphasis. It's like, all right, sure, fair enough. I can't argue with that. That seems bulletproof. No, but it's fun. Like, as long as you find ways to understand the complexity or, you know, the vernacular, right? For example, people trying to pronounce names. If someone pronounce whatever I go by, you know, my actual name or my family name or however, the way that person says it is the privilege I get for understanding that this person wants that. It's a personalized way of understanding the thing. Is how I interpret it. So I wouldn't give that up for wanting to normalize how everyone else does it. So like if someone pronounced my name a certain way, it's almost, for me, it provides even more value for it. So my product, if I made a product, right, and they said it in a different way, it just means that my product has even more broader appeal in terms of interpretation than what it was intended. Professional spy making a family for his latest assignment, but his family members have secrets of their own. Perfect anime title. Just for the record, I haven't seen Spy Family yet. I've been meaning to, but haven't yet. So we finally got the 99 achievement. That's our first Coromon. What do you mean, oh no? I have a lot of things to go through, man. I'm consuming media non-stop. It doesn't end with just anime. Oh. I'm watching the second season of Carnival Road. Okay, here's another one. If you see the Carnival or Carnival, the show I'm watching is called Carnival Row. It's because the people in it are largely sussy British. I'm just so it's Carnival, not Carnival. Me and VC with the boys, and they talk about anime, and it's the 50th time I'm saying, oh, I didn't watch it, I read the... Oh, okay. I mean, isn't it still relatable for you? In that way? You know, I'm gonna switch these. I still haven't found a Lumen. I think I'm gonna take a break from this. Wait, how the heck did you miss, you butthead? Are you weak to... No. Okay, that doesn't do much, huh? Holy heck, that does not do much at all. Why is that attack so weak? What the heck? There are differences? I mean, yes, but that's not the question I asked. Also, the recency is super different. It's like stuff I like in its game. Oh yeah, but what I mean is, I didn't ask if it was different. I asked if it was relatable. So you just immediately focus on the differences and just make it so that you don't want to interact with them. So far you've mentioned differences and more differences. Okay. I guess that is certainly your prerogative. That is most definitely your prerogative, for sure. I swear this Coromon doesn't exist. Oh, you don't remember? Okay, that's right. That's a very pragmatic reason not to try to relate. Yeah. That's fair. Fair game. But you do know how illogical it is if you want to talk to the boys and all you focus on are the differences in order to deter you from interacting with them. I don't know if I'm appealing to your pragmatism here, but you have to hear me out here. You do know how that sounds, right? It sounds more like you don't want to interact with them. Or like it's worth too much effort to empathize with the boys. If I had to be like really direct about it. And then I'll get destroyed in anime music quiz. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's fair because manga. Yeah, that's fair. Time to get new, boys. Oof. What the freak? Wait, there's a chunk toad. They do vary in platform. Okay. I think I've been screwing it up. I need to go to different platforms. Because the encounters are definitely in different platforms. Because this is the first time I've ever bumped into a chunk toad. In like the last hour and a half of stuff. So maybe we're gonna have to look at it. But what I mean is, okay, you know, let's be very, very serious about this, right? If that really does convince you not to try to relate to them even tenuously, that is a really practical way of thinking about it. Like finding individuals who may be less of a barrier for you to interact with them. Not for now. Not to say that you can't develop the aptitude to do so later. Like people closer to your propensities. And I'm not saying they're just waiting to be your friends or anything, or people are just waiting to meet someone similar and whatnot. Just an idea. Just being serious about if you're having that much trouble overcoming the differences and trying to interact even based on very few similarities, it can make one feel very alone or excluded over time. And then if that happens really often, you get used to saying how no one can relate to you. You know, it can be, you can accept that no one relates to you. Which is a very lonely place. That kind of got too real, my bad. My attention when my friends talk about their own experience. Ooh. Alright, well. Yeah. Can't answer that question for you, I suppose. I wouldn't know since I don't know your friends, nor how you interact with your friends. Wasn't in the room, you know? The obvious advice is to figure out why, but that's harder. Harder said than done. At the back of your mind I was there? What would I be telling you? Like, stop focusing on the differences and start ice breaking with the similarities? That's probably what I would say if I was in the room. Actually, the first thing I would do in the room is I would find the most common thing between all the individuals who are building the conversation, and I would lead the conversation so that includes everyone. And really paying attention to what someone says usually requires effort. It's understandable. It really does. How hard it feels or how easy it feels can be different. Of course. The amount of effort is most definitely requiring effort. I would not disagree with you there. Have you ever led a conversation in a group? One of the things that to be if you were ever to teach something, right? Like being a teacher and whatnot, one of the skills that are often required is to be able to see who's being excluded from the group, and you know, like, you hate it when you get picked on when the teacher clearly knows you don't want to participate, nor are you paying attention, right? So the idea is you can apply those skills also to friend circles, like including someone or excluding someone. So if I was in this group or something, I probably try to lead the conversation temporarily to include the parties involved. If I can't, initiating the conversation with the person that is excluded may help them bridge the gap. Time for the 4-year guitar grind to make a band? Are you? Haven't finished the show yet. 3 year? Okay. And communication skills do be a little bit hard, right? What the heck is going on? I thought I would get an access to a Lumen over here. I guess Lumen's not on this platform. Each of the platforms are a little bit different, it seems. But I really thought the Lumen would be on here. Let's see if there are other platforms. Oh, all my Coromon evolved already. Yeah, most of them. Ashclops. Okay, so let's go back. Oh. Okay, but I need to finish the show because it will eat away at me if I don't. And I really, really want to finish watching it. That's sounds like you're very motivated. Did you look up what bocce ball is? Have you seen people play bocce ball? It's kind of a boomer thing. I kind of enjoy bocce ball quite a bit. It's a boomer thing to do in the backyard. It's kind of like cornhole. Are you familiar with cornhole? Okay, so we're bringing this fish show out. I guess we have to raise another tattle into a chunk toad. Jella. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure the beast. This guy has another form, right? Oh no, this guy's done too. Wow, I did all 4. Oh, I need to devolve the scintilla. Do I have any more devolve pills? Oh wait. Oh yeah, I have to devolve and then raise it again. Remind you of curling? Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Like getting closest to the object, the target object. Yeah. I see what you mean by that. Like the goal is to get as close to the object as possible. There's another one, suction darts. I don't know what, I actually don't know what it's called. Basically, you throw a target dart up and it has 2 like suction cups at the end and it lands on a flat table, and your goal is you throw darts that are 2 suction cups and you try to land as close to the target too. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a new thing that people play now. I saw a bunch of like TikTok videos, like YouTube short videos with them. I don't know what the thing's called, but it's pretty entertaining to watch. It's like rubber darts, And the whole goal is not like throwing darts forward, it's throwing darts at an arc to land on it. So it's kind of like bocce ball, but not really. Yeah, they're rubber. Yeah, they're rubber. They're rubber darts. They're kind of rubber darts. They're just thin things with two cups at the end. So when they land, it lands directly vertical. And the goal is to, it's kind of like you know, flipping bottles, right? Flipping water bottles and making them land on top. That same motion is used. Only now there's a target. There's a target dart to get it. It's kind of fun. I mean, it looks like fun. It reminds me of bocce ball. Bocce ball is something that, at least the boomer life here, what we do is, whenever we need something like very casual, so you can sip, you know, like drink a lemonade in the backyard. It's really nice out. Have a American barbecue in the bag. You would just bring out a set of bocce balls and you just throw it across like the backyard, and then everyone just takes turn throwing it. Not a very strenuous exercise, nor requiring great, incredible feats of. It's not like shock pudding or something. Man, I swear. Have I encountered? See, I encountered them before. I've encountered the Lumen before, both of them. What is that black thing? We have American barbecues in the front around here. JK, I'm not sure what an American barbecue is. Is there not a place in Hong Kong with American barbecue? It's a very specific like a mix of, whoa, is this, oh no. It's a very specific it's more like an ensemble of things related to the act of grilling something. That differs it. It's kind of like the nuance between Korean barbecue and American barbecue. But I have heard, I watch foodies, you know, food influencers and like culinary people travel around the world, and some of them did show the occasionally in big metropolitan area of Asian countries, there is a spike in introducing American barbecue overseas, and typically it's more like an Asian upkeep version of American barbecue. It's its own thing, but may not necessarily appeal to the wider palate. It's all meat. The centerpiece is meat. Yeah, like slow roasting, slow cooked and slow roasting it's like one of the predominant features. It takes days to prep. American barbecues kind of take a very long time. It's kind of like sous videing things. I don't know if you're familiar with sous vide. Just a long process. Or you know, like taking a pressure cooker and making like pho broth. Or like oxtail soup. It's a whole day affair. So typically I prefer to just either go to other people's places or go to restaurants for like the good stuff, because it takes full days, like for the good stuff. I'm willing to pay for that convenience. You're not a meatitarian? Is that why it's a big nope? Do you have some sort of sensitive palate? Or are you the principal kind? Or a combination of all of them? Oh. Temptation, then. It's a note because of temptation. Oh, okay. Fair enough. We don't usually either, actually. Most of the stuff I'm describing is their social events. When I social eat. In fact, my basic... when I was living alone, my basic protein source is tofu. Alright, we need to find another platform. So it's not this platform. Let's go explore... I'm pretty sure we explored this platform too. Is there another... Trying to figure out if there's another platform I can get. Try to get the Lampire. I miss social eating. I'm a big social eater. Very big social eater. But I also don't have expendable income, so... Gotta reel in on the temptation for social eating. Being social and eating are almost the same thing? Can you read my mind right now? Josh, do you know what I'm gonna say to you about that mindset? It's not what Fictitious is alluding to, but Fictitious makes a great point. But we're not going there. That's cheap shot. I mean, it did cross my mind though. That would have been the first comment to be. But I'm talking more about your mindset. It does work if everyone is of like mind, for sure. If you live in an area where everyone has the similar cultural standards, social and eating are almost the same thing. Absolutely. So like if I go out with my folks and they invite their Chinese friends to eat, it's a social experience. It deals with socializing. The eating part is quite literally part of the socializing. However, since we are multicultural people here, right? A lot of us are multicultural, and Twitch, I like to think, is inclusive and multicultural. Social eating and eating itself can be very different. With that said, if you go into a mindset that eating can substitute for socializing, it gives you an excuse to not develop socializing skills. You will end up being that person who sits in the corner and not socialize because 2 or 3 people have a different cultural background. Can't really get better at communicating if you don't communicate at all, or if you don't practice communicating. It's probably what I would say. Take it as a challenge, you know. Maybe it's this platform actually. It is this platform. Oh my gosh, it's platform specific. I'm going to quit this game now. It's okay. We were already doing the same thing. It's fine. We weren't like wasting time or anything. I have my suspicions it was platform specific, so it's fine. All F4? Nah. We were already doing our we were already working on our other achievement. We had to get to research level 100 and catch all Coromon, so we were already doing that. Wait, we did it! Wait! No! Wait! Hold! No. The achievement for catching every Coromon species just procced. And guess what? I just read the description. It says catch every Coromon species. I don't think that includes evolving them. It's okay. It's okay. It's a contingency. It's all right. I still need to win these battles because I need to. The last achievement is to get to trainer level 100, like research level 100. So I still have to kill all these things. It's fine. It would have been faster if I killed weaker ones, but it's not that big of a difference. It's all right. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Hindsight is 20. Yeah. I thought each form is a species. The reason why I say that is here's the inconsistency, all right? Hear me out. All right? Hear me out. There was an achievement that was earlier that said you needed 6 of the same Coromon species in one squad. Actually, let me make sure that's correct before I stick another sock in my mouth. Hold up. It's the one with Swarmies on the thumbnail. Wait, where did it go? Wait, why is it not here? Oh, here it is. Have 6 Coromon of the same species in your squad, okay? And I tried to do it with Swarmies. But first, I got four Swarmies and 2 Beezles. And it didn't trigger it, okay? It didn't trigger the achievement. So then I ended up getting 6 Swarmies by devolving 2 of the Beezles into Swarmies. And then the achievement popped. So Swarmies and Beezles are different species for that achievement. So because of that, I thought that Coromon species refer to everything. And the achievement just popped even though I don't have all the forms in the line. I'm so confused now. I'm very confused. Oh, by the way, this game has uncapped stats. It's kind of interesting. The potential just keeps going. So after you're at level 99, you still can get more potential. That's kind of a nice touch. So we're done with that. So now what we have to do is we have to battle as many battles as possible to get how do we do this? So I wonder how many players encountered the same thing. So now I have all of them. So it triggered it. Now I have to get to level 100 here, right here. And the only one that I'm repeating is every 10 battles one, right? But this is gonna take too long. Maybe? Okay, we get one for catching Coromon, alright. Every potent Coromon catch, brew 1 cent. But this is limited. So let's see what we can do to speed up XP. We need to get to level 100 here. So we need to get all the promo milestones. This is the last achievement. Is there a milestone we can do really fast? Every 5 battle researchers defeated. We don't know where to find more battle researchers. And these are finite. Let your Coromon eat 20 fruits. It's 175 for fruit eating. That's not sustainable. Okay. So we can harvest 10 fruits? Can we run that fast? Wait, it's every 10. We get like 4 or 5 per pot. So that might be worth doing a cycle for. Hold up. Now we gotta figure out how to get more research points very quickly. I mean, some part of me want to complete the database, but I don't have to. So let's try. Okay. So we'll definitely do the battle thing because it's limitless. We could plant a lot of fruits over and over again and just feed them while harvesting fruits. Every 5 grass patch affected with the stink or the aroma? Wait, we could get a... Oh, no, wait. Maybe grass patches mean like the whole thing and not like blocks of it. Wait, you mean... Oh no, here comes the double negatives. You mean I shouldn't use not eating as an excuse to not be social? One step at a time. You can do that. Self-care before socializing, remember? Priorities. Help yourself before you help others. I gotta go to the bathroom. Up. Oh my. He just leaves. Okay, that's pretty cool, but sunglasses and explosions would be helpful to enhance it. Emphasize it? What? What if I pay myself to take care of myself so it becomes an obligation? Well, I could give you a personal anecdote. When there was a time when I thought social eating, inviting people and eating was taking place of socializing. And what I did for that is that I motivated myself that the opportunities to social eat is bound by my self-care. So I obligated myself to improve my self-care in order to participate more in social eating. And then because I enabled myself to social eat, I've developed socializing skills through social eating. So then I applied those social eating skills, as in socializing while eating, to use as a networking ability to make myself stand out when you are invited to company social eating events. And those skills translates professionally into how to invite, host, and interact with future employers and networking. So start with the first step, is my opinion. Take care of yourself, try to motivate yourself somehow, no troll aside and whatnot. What you say is very relevant. It's pragmatic if it works. You obligate yourself to take care of yourself in order to enable yourself to expose yourself to other things that develop into more skills that you can use. I call it social eating, but now I call it eating with socializing in mind. And it can be really tough. I've been in crowds where I've been acquainted with individuals who I only see once a year, and it was pretty clear that they do not socialize while they eat. So, but those individuals find it awkward that there isn't someone who is talking. So what happens a lot of times is that you go to a really crowded and bopping Korean location, like a Korean barbecue location, and legitimately everyone just nods and say like, "Yup, this is good, right? Yup." And then afterwards, everyone goes their separate ways, and you just hear complaints about them, how like, oh, the place was like loud and it was that the server was but none of that was being discussed while the eating was happening. So they decided to separate socializing and eating. So they kept all their bottled up problems and stuff because those are individuals who do not express them in the moment. We could have circumvented a lot of those things if socializing was on the table. So the ice was thick, is to describe it in a metaphorical way. The ice was so thick that I prefer not to break the ice. At least with my friends I talk, and that's great. That sounds amazing. Yeah. Honestly, it's not too bad when you get started. I mean, we have to talk, wait in line is kind of boring. Indeed. What happened with these individuals? What did we do? We had to wait 30 minutes for a table, right? So everyone just decided to stare at their phones as much as possible. I read the room, so I participated in it. I didn't want to incur undue stress, right? You have to read the room. If the majority of the individuals are social eating, it's fine. I don't mind it. I didn't find it awkward or anything. It's just those individuals then go on to reveal all that bottled up all that bottled up discontent later, as opposed to, you know, sharing it in the moment so that the moment doesn't spiral out into something extra stressful. So expression was really lacking. So glad that I decided to use my phone not to. Well, it's appropriate if, say, you're in the company and 4 people look at their phone and you decide not to, because you decided by principle that you don't want to be like the other 4 people. So you still have to read the room, right? So socializing also involves being appropriate. If the decorum dictates that you just hung out with company that feels very comfortable on their phones, the last thing you want to do is stick out like a sore thumb and make the majority do what they don't want to do, right? Just out of awkwardness. That happens a lot less often. But imagine this situation where everyone is on a diet and you decided we should go get American barbecue. Well, it is a treat, but everyone else is on a diet. So appropriately, I would probably pick a place that is health forward, conscientious, at the expense of being the odd person out. And this happens a lot now. The situation I described about the smartphones, it happens a lot more. But here, Josh, but this is the kicker. If you spend more time knowing this, right, you can turn it into your advantage. So instead, everyone's on their phone. I have a setup for a smartphone game, and I pull that out as the icebreaker in those situations. So not only does it appeal to them that they want to use their phone and indirectly interact with people, utilizing that and reading the room, I pull out the phone and suggest a mobile game that they all probably have or have access to, and we did that in line instead. So you can take what you observe that's obviously happening and add a little spice to it. Voted Merit, you guys, are you on diet? Just order the salad. I don't know. Good thought. Yeah, that has happened before. I played Battle Cats and the only response I got was, why are you playing that? Oh wait, was that me? Or, I mean, I asked you once about what Battle Cats is, but I didn't ask you why are you playing Battle Cats. Here, you described to me as like a gacha mobile game, I think. Here, here's another situation. That person that finds themselves in an agreeable group. So say you're the person that has dietary restrictions, principal restrictions, and like many other restrictions, right? But since you want to be agreeable, yet you couldn't read the room that the 4 or 5 other people you have are more agreeable than you, and you decided that you felt like you're sacrificing to be the agreeable person, so they decide to go to a restaurant that did not have agreeable options for you. So you sit there and you decide to suppress it. You start thinking of like, everyone starts ordering, right? So the other 4 or 5 people order something, and then it comes to this person, and this person says, oh, that's okay, I couldn't really find anything I want, so it's all right. It's okay, I'll just get something later to eat. You guys, you know, enjoy. We'll hang out. And it just becomes absolutely awkward. So that person being unable to read the room did not realize there are 4 to 5 people. The entire group can accommodate this person. But they decided they were the bigger person, being ignorant to the company, and ultimately end up deflating the experience. Yeah, so that could be tough. Here's a harmony one. So let's balance the palette. Let's balance the palette. I have had a meal with 5 different people. All 5 of us went to a different place, got the food, and met up in a designated location outside of all those restaurants, like in the middle ground, and ate in public, like together, just like in like a grass patch somewhere. That's what we did. We all had different eating preferences: vegetarian, veganism, pescatarian, specifically Muslim, dairy intolerance, and a psychological disposition for childhood foods. So yeah, so all of that happened. So what we did was we went to the central hub of the socialing area. We all went to our separate places, got our food, and we all congregated back. This happens a lot more when someone's place is nearby and they don't mind hosting. So all of us got our food and we went to the place, the person who decided to host. And it's kind of like potluck, but not. It's like the opposite potluck. Basically, everyone brought their food, but they can't eat each other's food except for those who are. So what happened is it's like a semi-potluck with the respect that some individuals don't cross with other individuals. So that's how it worked. It was pretty cool. That's the new age thing in the United States. If you're in a metropolitan area, so many people have like peanut allergies, for example, and whatnot. So it is nice to be nice, and we a lot of times people try to find a commonality to do it, but if that's not possible, we embrace the differences and then just collectively socialize while eating the thing we want to eat. So it was something that grown out of the idea that diets are really different. It was kind of fun. It was really fun to figure out what the people ate. It was like a secret Santa. Like, what did you buy? It's like, where did you go? I don't know what I got. I'm pretty sure I got some burgers and fries, because I don't get a chance to eat burgers and fries very often. And then, half of us were the Asian inspired things. So when, Asian people, what they tend to do is they buy more and then expect to share. So what happens is, yeah, it's uncommon for me. I don't eat burgers very often, and French fried potatoes for that matter. It doesn't happen very often. So like, for example, someone like, once we were finished with our meals, right, all of us disperse again to get dessert. And if I was gonna go get mochi ice cream, I would get like a dozen mochi ice cream and just bring it back. So it becomes like a indirect potluck, and it was awesome. So that's what we did before in the metropolitan area. It's not possible here in Pennsylvania, like where I am living, because all the stuff are really far apart and the options are quite limited. But in a metropolitan area, like in the United States, like a heavy metropolitan area, you just walk. Everything's within walking distance. So the thing is just to collectively get things and bring it. So potlucking is one of a really common social activity. And the act of potlucking is pretty much part of the social experience in eating. It's the idea that it is different and everyone is going to be different in some way. The state, I don't live, the place that I'm talking about is in the neighboring state, in the neighboring state, Maryland. I used to live in Maryland, which it's a really highly liberal place, so everyone's like different. It's just really different. So for example, the way Sun and I would probably interact in terms of so Sun and I, how we would interact optimally is that I would go and do the same thing. So I would go and buy something that I want to eat, and Sun would go and buy something he wants to eat because our palates are very different. However, it also gives us an opportunity to voluntarily buy something for the other person to try, because it's a small portion, it's a sampling portion of what you're already consuming. So it gives the opportunity. And potlucking is kind of like the activity that companies and large gathering of coworkers and stuff would participate in. Basically, you bring the food to share, but it's largely something that agrees with you. And potlucking is the idea. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term potluck. I don't know where the origins of that is. I think it's more of an Irish thing. I don't know. I think it's a Western European phrase, potluck. And the conversation just becomes a US quiz show for me, but it's all your head. Yeah, it's pretty I underappreciate it. I underappreciate what potluck was. Like when I was at a university, I avoided potlucks because it's a social event. There's a lot of talking, and I had to prepare food for it, and it's very stressful when I was getting into that. And now it's just a common thing. It's a very common thing to do because it offsets a lot of barriers that are required to initiate socialization with other people. My parents is part of a big... Yeah, yep, exactly. My parents do that all the time with their friends. And from time to time, I would join them for like Lunar New Year and whatnot. The word potluck appeared in the 16th century. Okay, English work of Thomas Nash. Food provided for an unexpected or uninvited. The luck of the pot. Oh. The modern execution of communal meals where guests bring their own food most likely originated in the 1930s. Oh, it's an Americanized. Oh, so the current contemporary version is Americanized. I'm guessing 1930s was in the Great Depression of the United States. That checks out, right? 1930s? Oh, no, wait. Maybe not. Am I thinking of the... No, yeah, the Great Depression, right before World War II. Yeah. The world do... yeah, it's 1930. So, yeah, the modernized execution is the one I'm referring to, but it goes back to... It was first used in English work, huh? It literally said Great Depression. Yeah. 1930s. It's before the 1940s, which is the World War II. So I'm guessing that's the Americanized Great Depression. The one where FDR was president. And he had to address one of the worst economic periods in the United States, which we dubbed historically the Great Depression. Anyways, that's a interesting trip down memory lane. I'm clicking 6, but it's not showing me the source. What do you mean you're clicking 6? The hyperlink. That citation. Okay, what else?